Hey there, CrossFit Deliverance athletes, welcome to the Relentless vlog. Let's jump into tomorrow's programming. We're going to be doing some skill practice, some raw strength development as well for it, our handstand push-up, and for some of us this might just be getting used to inversions again. So with that, it's going to be structured as an EMOM. It's going to be 12 minutes, and we're going to go into 3 sections. A block of 4 minutes in the beginning, middle and the end, and then the end, as I said. So with that, the first 4 minutes is going to be either working on a freestand handstand hold or one that's assisted up on the wall, kicking up to it. For those of us that have to do a wall walk up to the wall, we aren't going to be doing those. We're actually going to be working on a box kick-up drill, and we'll go ahead and explain that when you're into class. For the middle section, for those of us that can kick upside down into a handstand hold up against the wall, we're going to be working on a strict negative into the correct tripod position. For those of us that can actually go ahead and do handstand push-ups, we're going to be working on those really being purely strict and working on that last little inch before your head hits the mats to be as soft as possible. And then for those of you that were doing the box kick-up drill, you're actually going to be doing the wall walk hold. So doing a wall walk and then holding that inversion, getting that time upside down. The last chunk will be a kipping tempo handstand push-up or strict handstand push-ups. For those of you that can't get upside down yet, right, in terms of kicking up and lowering into the correct tripod position, you're going to be working on just some strict development with dumbbells. So push press up and the 3 count all the way back down to the front rack position. So that's going to be the skill practice. Let's move on to the WOD. The WOD should be super fun. It's going to be 12 rounds, 2 partners. One partner will do 1 round and then alternate between both partners back and forth until 12 rounds are complete. 1 round is going to be 15 calories for guys, 10 calories for ladies, and then it's going to be 10 pull-ups. If you want RX Plus, the pull-ups turn into chest to bar. The resting partner is going to be resting in the middle of the floor. Again, at class, you'll see what that looks like. And so you'll have to tag back with your partner before you can switch who gets to go back onto the assault bike. The intent of this workout should be hitting the assault bike really hard, a sprint, kind of get that little lactic acid, like wobbly leg feeling, right? Going directly into the bar and doing as many pull-ups as possible. If that ends up being 10, great. If not, that's okay. Go ahead, shake it out, and go and try to keep the sets within 2 to 3 sets per 10 pull-ups. If you're not going to be doing pull-ups, I want you guys to think jumping pull-ups, and really, I want you to keep the intensity high and think 10 pull-ups in a row. If you have a problem to where if you scale too low, right, and you're having that issue of I can't do 10 unbroken and with my chin breaking over the plane, that's okay. Go ahead. I want you to go ahead and scale where that box is a little higher. You don't have to jump as high, but I want you to work on chest to bar for the first 5, and the last 5 go ahead and just be normal over the chin jumping pull-ups. As the accessory work for tomorrow will actually be essentially the same exact thing that we did today, but it's going to be collecting 60 seconds in a GHD sit-up hold. Pretty simple. We're going to be hitting that midline again. For mobility, guys, we want our lats, and our pecs, right? Lats, pecs. We want those to be as open as possible for being inverted, and also for the pull-ups. As we kip, we need to make sure the lat wants to open all the way, and we want to make sure in the forward position, the pec also wants to open as well. If either of them are too tight, we're going to get some sort of torsion through the shoulder, which will not be a good thing long term, or it might give you feedback directly, right, in the movement of the kip. For stability, we're going to be looking through the midline. As I mentioned for Friday, Nicole, if our midline is sloppy, then we have a foundation that is not suitable to actually build proper gymnastics movement on, right? So we need to make sure that is nice and solid to make sure we are building great movement mechanics going forward. So when you get fatigued, then sloppiness can come, and then we can fight to maintain it rather than just it never being there from the start. And then, of course, upper back is going to be really important to go ahead and stay strong again. The lats, scapula, the rhomboids, everything for being inverted, and for the pull-ups. Guys, behind the scenes, I'm excited. I'm working on the new template for programming here. Like what Amy and I had mentioned in the original update. We had hoped to go ahead and used Icon a little longer to get us through a little bit more of a hump, but it just wasn't suitable. So I'm working really hard to get a new template out. Since the last time I was programming, I've learned a lot more. Should be some really good stuff. It just takes a time to kind of build the foundation before I put out and start to kind of adding blocks on top of it. So still working on that. And then guys, remember, I hope some of you are still bringing your water bottle around. I heard from some of the members over the weekend, they did a good job about saying no to their second adult beverage of the day and then defaulting through their water bottle. Wonderful job, guys. Way to be. Remember, it's being able to say no to yourself now so you can say yes to yourself to something even more important later. So guys, remember, keep it up, and remember, be relentless in everything that you do.